Warning! The following gameplay video was created by a scrub. If scrub gameplay disturbs you, stop the video now. Well, here I am, and I made a mistake again. Let's talk about what happened. Now, this is a mistake that I haven't made in quite a while because I had just been making Dark Souls videos, but when I moved from recording one game to recording another game, it involves some adjustments in OBS, which means that my last session recorded the audio but not the visuals, which are kind of important. So I'll just do my best to explain what happened. I walked over here, discovered that the black eye orb was active, so I tried using it. And, well, if you're watching this, you probably played the game before, you know what happens. It took, I think, around 10 tries for me to get that encounter right. At first I tried backstabbing the spellcaster, but it was inconsistent. He liked to turn in place while aiming at me. So I just went after him, hit and run with the Aito, like attack a couple of times, then lured the other two away. And then the fight with Lautrec, well, that took some ironing out too. Also, I tried sneaking past with the Ring of Silence, but unfortunately that didn't quite allow me to get behind them. This one. Anyway, did not work. So, I tried, since Lautrec didn't have a shield, I tried using the Aito on him, except that his armor was too strong for me to stun him out of his attacks, and of course I couldn't afford to get hit, especially because I discovered the hard way, Estus doesn't work in there. So, the only thing I could think of was to parry him first, once. I didn't trust myself to parry him twice because his attacks are really fast, and then use the katana afterwards. That turned out to be very risky because, first of all, he had more durability than I expected after I hit him with the parry, so instead of 1 or 2 Aito strikes, it took more. And also, he apparently has a red tearstone effect because he started glowing and he hit me for about half my life. So it was really scary, but it worked out, and I got a couple of things I did not expect as soon as I find them. I was expecting the Firekeeper Soul because the Black Orb told me to reclaim it. I did not expect it to have unique text. Soul of the Ash Maiden was the thing that tipped me off. And I also got some kind of proof of vengeance, or I don't even know what kind of item it is because I can't seem to find it here. It's definitely not a ring. But I did get some sort of item from it aside from what just appeared when I returned from the world of the Guilty. I think that's what it was called. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's an ear. I didn't even notice that when I first received it. So, that was a little odd. I don't really have a use for it. And I also got a very neat ring and some humanity. But the thing I most noticed was this ring, which, aside from boosting health and stamina, which is amazing, the boost in max gear load means that I don't need to use the Hovel Ring anymore. I can have the Aito as one of my equipped weapons, and I still have the fast roll. And I'd like to apologize for this. I wish I could say it won't happen again, but judging by the past, I simply cannot guarantee such a thing. All I can say is that I will at least try to double check OBS before hitting start recording to make sure that it's actually displaying properly. So yeah, at least it didn't happen to the boss fight, which I haven't walked into yet. I also discovered that the guardians around here do not mess around. They can apparently cast spells, one of which is a self-heal. So I'm definitely going to try to just run past them in future attempts against this boss, which I am 100% sure is going to happen many times, because... Yeah, right, I wish I had one of those. I don't know much about this, except that the fight here is apparently very, very difficult. So let's find out why. Oh. Well, I guess that'll have something to do with it. There's two of them. Well, there's one of me. A deleted... Wait, no, I'm not deleting this. I hope not, anyway. What happened? Alright, so... I guess the first thing I need to do is kind of run away and observe these guys. It looks like the small guy has charged at me at least a couple of times. But he's not charging at me now. Though, there we go. Oh, and he can shoot at me. Well, that's very troublesome. Because even if I lure him away and try to attack the big guy, I have no guarantee that I'll be safe. On the other hand, the damage I deal seems to be pretty okay. Maybe that's what they meant by weakness amazing weapon. So the pillars probably don't slow down the big guy very much, but they do seem to obstruct the small guy. So maybe that'll be kind of my tactic. And even though the pillars get knocked down, the base of it still seems to get in the way, as far as I can tell. Yeah, he's not really doing anything from there. So that'll be how I kind of watch my positioning. Oh. Huh. So how much damage do I deal to you? Also an okay amount. Less as a number, but as... Yeah. Actually, wow, I did not expect this, but the large, kind of stout guy has less durability. Oh, I hate it when they attack me while I'm getting up. Of course, they're just fighting smart, I guess. Also, now that I think about it... So, these pillars, I'm glad they don't get completely knocked down, because I definitely die without them. Oh. Okay. So, let me just take a little more time to think about how I'm going to tackle this. Okay, so he can charge more than once and at right angles. Well, and I guess it's not too surprising that they can also combo with each other. It's a dual boss. Oh, and that lightning is homing as well, at least to some extent. Yep, it's definitely homing. Alright, well, I'm fairly sure I'm not going to win. Well, I'm extremely sure that I'm not going to win. But at least I have a strategy, kind of. Whoa. That looked really close. Alright. Ooh, it looks like I can't just run to the side to avoid that guy. But that's alright, as long as I roll as whenever I see him about to do something, I might be okay. Also, now that I think about it, I actually didn't check whether I could backstab the smaller guy, but since I've decided to go after the bigger one first, I probably won't need the Hornet Ring, and some defense against those lightning attacks would be pretty nice. In fact, I notice a lot of the attacks I've been dealing with recently are lightning. Alright, well, see you soon. Ooh, you don't waste any time. Wow, you actually jumped to the side. That's... okay, sure. Well, that would have been extremely bad if it hurt me. If it hit me at all. Okay. Oh. Yeah. It's pretty easy to tell who's giving me the most trouble here. That hammer is almost like a shield in the amount it gets in the way. So, I definitely need to learn a little bit more about their behavior so that I know Alright, so I definitely need to separate them a little bit. Actually, is this one of those fights where the less huge guy right, I forgot they can attack kind of through each other. That's not a huge surprise, because enemies have been doing that pretty much from the start of the game. Dang it, I actually saw him moving, but I didn't evade right. I should probably start calling them by their names, shouldn't I? They're right at the bottom. I wasn't even paying attention. Ahem. See you soon. I think I'm running out of things to say for now. So the other strategy is to lure the fast guy away from the slow guy. And then just try and hit the fast guy. Ornstein. Right, they have names. Of course, they don't actually separate from each other nearly as much as it would seem. But at least he staggers a lot more. Whoa, how'd that miss me? Actually, I wonder if the type of armor they have is affecting this. Like, maybe Smough is weaker against slashing attacks? Oh, good. Oh, bad time to attack, though. Alright, so you're probably gonna charge soon. And when you do, well, this will be in the way. Oh, I actually called it. Oh, they have that lingering dust cloud attack that I've seen for, used by demons every now and then. Okay. I guess it doesn't hurt me to put a little damage on both of them. Oh, I jumped the gun there, didn't I? Wait, what? I thought for sure... Well, I did not judge those life meters right. Or the sound when I hit him. Well, that wasn't very friendly. Also, you look kind of stitched up, like you're... I don't know. Well, and you're at full health again, too. Well, at least I don't have to look in two directions anymore. Do something. Well, considering that there's no avoiding lightning damage, at least lightning damage attacks while I'm fighting these guys. Wow, that was a really big area of effect, wasn't it? Alright, so he can do that now. His other attacks seem more or less the same. And I also noticed that he jumped when I was right next to him. So I gotta be sure not to do that for too long. Man, why do all these big guys love to jump backwards? Alright, I think I timed that about right. Wow. I don't know if that was distance or my roll iframes, but... Whoa. He, yeah, knocked me down, then jumped with... Well... What? Right then. So I think I can pretty much confirm that he does that when I'm close by. Alright, so, gotta take my time. Yeah, it's definitely kind of like a counterattack of his when I'm right next to him. Man, that means I can only afford maybe one swing at a time. Because I do not like gambling on my iframes to avoid something that strong. Oh. Well, I guess he didn't jump that time, but he could have. Well, I kinda asked for that one. Aw. Oh, he can attack right after that, too. I actually did not know that. Huh. That was considerably fewer attempts than I expected. I don't even remember which way I came in. Okay, yeah, I definitely came in from there. I beg your pardon.
Call from Coupling Glory B. Eric.
Alright. It's gonna take a little bit of editing for me to deal with that. You did it. You sure did. But now what? I don't... Wait, I hear something. So nothing really seems to have happened after I dealt with those guys. Oh. Maybe this wasn't open before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Although that'd be hilarious if you can just run over here and skip the boss fight. Well, that's very courteous of them, even though I can easily just run over here after beating the bosses. Well, I guess it's leveling up time. More damage, very nice. I probably don't need that much endurance anymore because, well, equip load isn't really a worry, and I seem to be able to roll around and attack as much as I needed to. And I think I'm going to use one of those soul items just to get that last little bit before I level up. Before I can level up. You get the idea. I think that was it. Yeah. So yeah, vitality is still going up by decent amounts, but I think I might focus more on dexterity for a little while. Oh yeah. I should also unequip my lightning resist ring. Or replace it with something else. I'm not going to leave a ring slot open. Because I might need the power of the Hornet for other things as well. Really? Oh, that's what they meant, isn't it? Look, no offense, but I do not trust huge people.
Since the day Father is wounded obscureth, I have awaited thee.
What?
I bequeath the Lord vessel to thee. And beseech thee, succeed Lord Queen, and inheriteth the fire of our world. Thou shalt endeth this eternal twilight, and avert further undead sacrifices.
Are they really being sacrificed, though? I mean, they can't freaking die. Also, I thought I saw something of interest. Yeah, this is super shady. Like, Dark Souls is, as far as I can tell, is pretty much the opposite of what just happened there. But, hey, I can warp now. So... That flavor text for the unique Firekeeper soul might just be fluff, but, oh. I was hoping I could maybe just shove it into the bonfire and light it since it is the right soul. And also, what are you doing here?
Well, fancy meeting you here. You did much for me up above. I am grateful. You know, I was thinking the gate, the old fortress. Is that your doing?
I did ring the bells, but technically it was the giant who raised the gate. Still, the two are linked, so sure.
Yes, I knew it. It seemed like an unlikely coincidence. Well, am I fortunate? The Knight of Katarina thanks you sincerely. Please, take this as a token of my gratitude.
Oh. Actually, I wonder if that was one of the spells that those really big guardians were using on me. Yeah, that sounds very similar. Well, there's still a couple of things I want to try. Maybe I can go press F to pay respects to the... I think to that Firekeeper, but then I'll probably just cash the soul in. Oh man, that... Yeah, I don't think there's even a corpse here. Wait, what? I can do that? I didn't know... What?
Thank you.
You can talk now?
I'm Anastasia of Astora. Now I can continue my duty as a keeper. But I only hope that my impure tongue won't offend.
Yeah, right. Of course, now I can't reinforce the Estus flask, but...
Forgive me. I am impure. My tongue never intended for restoration. Please, if you have any heart, leave me be. I wish not to speak.
Dang. Was her tongue removed at her request the first time around? Wait, Well,
Forgive me. I am Lee. I wish not.
well, I've got the fire back at least. I guess that's convenient. Wait, what's Darkmoon Tomb? Is that the bonfire in the forest? Okay, so 3 of these locations are in Anor Londo. Also, that shady serpent thing wanted to talk to me about the Lord Vessel as well. Hi there. I guess, can I kick him? Oh man, that's gonna be super risky if I mess it up. I better try it a couple of times. Yeah, like that. That would be bad. Alright, taking a deep breath. No? That doesn't work. What?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Well and wide awake. Not treat me like an old withering snake. Heavens! You have done it! You have retrieved the Lord Vessel. After 1,000 years, it is you. It is really you.
I don't feel so great about this.
Forgive me. I really should calm down.
Yes, that would be very nice.
Let us take that vessel on a journey. I assume that you are ready. Now, be still.
Whoa! Was this a trick all along? Was this a game over?
This
Oh.
is the Firelink Chamber for the successor of Lord Gwyn. Now, place the Lord Vessel on the altar.
Is there anything else to do around here? Oh, there's no...
What is it? Place the Lord.
Fine. This looks like an old tree stump. How was I carrying that thing around? Well, it's not often I see something that flashy in this game. Alright, I think I know where one of those things is. Can I get out of here now?
Very well. As Kingseeker, I shall now instruct you, the Lord's successor, in your next task. To achieve your fate, fill the vessel with powerful souls, commensurate to the great soul of wind. Scarce few possess such brilliant souls. Grave Lord Nito, the Witch of Izalith, the 4 kings of New Londo, who inherited the shards of Wind's soul, and Lord Wind's former confidant, Seath the Scaleless. All of their souls are required to satiate the Lord Vessel. Are you ready? Then we shall return. Stay still for a moment.
What if I don't want to be king? According to the manual, I'm just looking for my own soul, which is apparently somewhere. Can I skip the whole becoming king part? Do I look like a king? Alright, maybe I can get him to tell me where some of these guys are.
Please, is it something urgent? The beings who possess these souls have outlived their usefulness, or have chosen the path of...
I knew this was
As
shady.
the primordial serpent, I implore you to defeat them and claim their souls. Let there be no guilt. Let there be no vacillation.
Yeah, right. You have outlived your usefulness. That's villain talk if I've ever heard it.
The beings who possess
Okay.
them. Farewell, chosen undead.
Actually, I think I can guess where one of the others is, because I didn't bother exploring the Tomb of Giants. It's probably there. And the third one, I probably have to go beat that flame boss in the demons... Something related to demons that was connected to Blighttown. Why can't I warp to Blighttown? That's very, very inconvenient. Well, between now and then I gotta decide what I'm gonna do first. I'll see you then.